Beautiful bird sounds in winter. Hey guys, look what's going on here on my Tamarillo. The possums are out every night getting as many as they can, and they've pretty much stripped this tree which is behind the bungalow, and every morning I come out and find a mess. Look at this. Every day I have to clean it up. So enough's enough. I'm going to be harvesting now the remainder of the crop up there. So let's get to it. So they just hollow out each fruit. So I'm just going to climb the ladder and take the last ones. They've already hollowed out a few up there. I'll show you. Look at that. This is on the tree, not on the ground. And there too. Look at that. A massacre. Right? It's like, hello, excuse me. This is my tree, not yours. So they just chomp away up here on the tree, and whatever falls, falls. Huh? Free food, no cost. So now it's my turn to pick the remaining ones. Alrighty, all done. Just the hollowed out ones are left up there for them to enjoy. So there it is, a nice little harvest. And this is only like, how many? Maybe 30? Well, they must have had at least 50, the possums I'm talking about. And we had another maybe 30. So what's that? That's about 100, 120. And we gave away around 40 to strangers, yeah. We go around town just handing out fruit, guys, to whoever is, well, a fruit muncher. That's just from one tree. There would have been at least 3 of these bowls just from that one tree up there. So now we're at the main tree, which is in the banana circle. And as you guys have already seen this tree, this one's absolutely packed, and we've been eating from it since April. And it looks like someone else has been too. See, they've been coming here also. Here we go again. Here we go again. The possums have been here too. But there's no other way around it. You just have to share with nature. You can't do anything about it. So this is the Tamarillo fruit, or the Tamarillo, depending if you use the Spanish or not. Originally from the Americas, but now well known here in Australia and New Zealand and other parts of the world. But it's fun to watch the reaction on people's faces when I share this with locals here in Melbourne that don't recognize it. Most of them do not know it, so that's quite interesting. But it's either you like it or you don't like it. It's one of those fruits because it doesn't have much sugar content, and it reminds of tomato. It's got a strong tomato taste. And it's also known as the tomato tree or the tomato fruit. I'll give you a taste test soon. But yeah, I like it, especially when I get sweeter at the end of winter, which is around August and early spring. The very last ones are the best. But if you like tart and sour, you'll like them early, around May, and even now in June. Many of them are still very sour. So there's a taste for everyone. Tamarillo. I've had it in the ground now for around 2 years, maybe 2.5. I don't remember exactly. And it's around 3 meters in height, about 9 feet. And they don't like the wind, so you gotta hold it with some kind of support. They don't like wind, and they don't like direct sunlight in summer. They prefer semi-shade. They're more of a shade tree than a full sun tree. Where I have it planted, it's very well protected from all sides, especially from these bananas, right? And the bay leaf tree. I've got a 20-year-old bay leaf tree there, and that acts like a buffer. That's an evergreen. And there's some babaco here too. And as we go around, you can see there's buffering all around, right? Pretty much buffered. This is the only open side, semi-open. But still, you've got the bananas on both sides, and a small curry tree there in the middle. And now I'm from the back, where there's even more bananas, giving protection to the Tamarillo. And the one that was there behind the bungalow, well, that was getting a lot of protection from the bungalow itself, right? And the fence, and this huge pine tree right behind it. So they prefer wind protection and sun protection for ideal results. And yes, they will grow in pots very, very well. Check it out. That one's been in the pot now for about a year, so that's 1 year's growth. See that? It's coming back now with new leaves after being completely smashed with aphids. Look at that. Even with all this attack, and there's still aphids here now flying around my face, they will fruit. Even with all the problems, right? They will still fruit, guys, and they will fruit abundantly, even with all the see all the insects. I don't spray it. I mean, I tried back in summer, but it's a losing game. Look at this. These are the new leaves. So now they're starting to do the same with these new leaves as they did with the old leaves a few months ago. That's what these new leaves will look like. They're going to look like that. So the take-home message is they're pretty tough, and it's getting wind protection here from the two walls and from the fence here, right, and the gate. And it only gets morning sun. So there you go. These are all ready for harvesting, by the way. in this container. See how they're splitting? Ready to go, guys. But I'm not going to pick them today. I just wanted to show you what they look like. Well, show you that they can be grown in a pot. And just before we have our taste test, I want to show you this final piece of information, and that is they can be easily grown from cuttings. Yeah, I grew these ones from cuttings last spring. So these are about 9 months old, and they've outgrown their little pots there, and they even they've even fruited. Look. And more over here. See that? Very easily. Very easy plant to grow, to propagate, and so on. So here we are, ready for a taste test. Wow, look at that vibrant color. It's nice to see that in winter time. You wouldn't know it's winter if I didn't tell you. Alright, this is the first specimen, and the reason I picked this one is because it's overripe, and I want to show you how juicy these are and how it can absolutely surprise you if you've never cut one before and you're unaware. Watch this. It's going to be hard for me to do it with one hand because it's going to splash everywhere, so I'm going to do it first and then show you on camera. So that's what I'm talking about. You can see how, well, juicy, right? And this one didn't splash because I've already had that experience where it splashed into my face the first time I cut it, because it's really sweet. Not sweet, I mean really juicy. Gosh, look at this one. Can you see that? Hang on. It's only a slight press. Give it a hard press now so you can see how it just comes out. And still, it hasn't dripped. Isn't that something? After all that pressing, it hasn't dripped. Those drops there are from the knife when I sliced it. But look, even with all this pressing, oh, there's the first drop. So it's quite interesting, isn't it? If you do that with an orange, right, this plate would have been full of juice by now. So I'm giving you an indication of Tamarillo handling. And you have to be very, very careful that you don't this one's okay, but usually they can run down your mouth. This one was well behaved. You can also propagate from seed, but I wouldn't try that. I'd rather do it by cutting. I showed you all the cuttings, how successful they were in pots, but you're free to try propagating by seed. It's just that I wouldn't do that. So now you've seen all about the Tamarillo, how I grow it, how I harvest it, and how I propagate it, and how I eat it. And I highly recommend this tree because of its ease and taste, and more importantly, guys, it's a great filler in winter when there's not much around. So I hope you enjoyed this, everything you need to know about Tamarillo video, and I hope you like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you from the next video. And just in case you didn't catch what I said on the taste, it's more like a tomato. It's like a combination of a tomato, passion fruit, and well, the and is kind of hard to pinpoint, but there's another flavor there too. So the first that comes to mind is passion fruit and tomato, very strong tomato taste. And the seeds are edible. Some of them are softer, some of them are harder. On the sweetness level, they vary between a 2, like very low sweetness, up to a 6 or a 7. It varies, but they're not sweeter than a 7 out of 10. Bye guys.